Good evening and welcome to Benue Television News Extra at 7. This is a review of stories that made headlines in the state in the week just ended. I am Nai Shiundam. Now let's begin. The Benue State Governor, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, has vowed to return to the church as a priest after his sojourn in politics. The Benue State Governor, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, has charged leaders of associations. In a deliberate move to boost the economy of Benue State, Governor Alia has commissioned an ultra-modern market in Now, washing of hands regularly and covering of food to keep flies and germs away have been advocated as a panacea to mitigate the spread of cholera in the state. Julibra Women and Children Initiative Juwasi Saturday held a rally at the Buriko Market and Benue Links Park, educating the people and the public on how to eradicate cholera in our society. Manasseh Anongachia has a rest of the report.
Cholera, an endemic disease, has in recent times affected many parts of Nigeria. Benue State at present has recorded 4 deaths from 16 suspected cases recorded from Agatu, Otukpo, and other local government areas. Recorded cases of cholera in Benue and beyond propelled the non-governmental organization, Juwasi, to sensitize the public on ways of preventing its spread. Director Juwasi Jack Uma says the choice of Urukum Market and Benue Links is because the environment is a critical area of concern for proper sanitation. The Juwasi team shares materials on hygiene while sensitizing the people on clean environment management.
We came out to sensitize people at Benue Links Park and Urukum Market against cholera. We've told them the symptoms of cholera. We've taught them how to prevent the disease. And we also shared some materials with them. We hope that they will spread the message and cholera will be a thing of the past.
Publicity leader Emmanuel Kuku, President Rotary Club of Makurdi Central, Joshua Kwashi, and a member, Samuel Gbo, expressed belief that their message to the public will go a long way in curbing the pandemic.
Benue State, we have a river. We have River Benue, and we all know that cholera is through contaminated food and drinks from an infected person through feces, which is poop. So, and we are close to the river, and we know open defecation is a problem in Benue State. So by sensitizing these people, we believe that at least from the market, every woman and child comes to the market at least. So if we sensitize them and them to pass the message to others, we can at least reduce the rate of cholera.
We are very specific on hygiene because that is what the problem has been like the most. So we are able to tell people, you wash your hands, your food, you cover it very well. Whenever you stool, you should wash your hands very well in order to reduce or mitigate the effect of this cholera on people and the environment as a general.
We have gone into the market, we have met people of different capacity, we have met mothers, we have met children, we have met fathers, and also young adults. So we believe that these messages will not stop at them. They are going to take the messages home. That is the reason why we went into the market, and then with the help of you, the media here, we believe that when you get this out there online, it's going to go viral and it will go very far.
Focal person Nigerian Red Cross Benue State Daniel Odenyi observed that ignorance kills and everything should be done to help save a soul through vigorous and persistent campaigns against cholera.
And a lot of people, they practice things that are not very healthy because they don't know the right thing to do. So it's just an avenue for us to contribute our little quarter to making sure our communities and our people, they are safe, especially in respect to the fight against cholera.
Cholera is a disease that has no age limit, but is more severe in children. Health experts advocate washing of hands, covering of food, and living healthy to save a soul. Manasseh Anongachia, Benue Television News, Makurdi.
Now, Christian faithful have been reminded to spend more time reading and reflecting the Bible scriptures in order to attract blessings from God. A clergy pastor, Dominic Ayeni, emphasized this during the Sunday service at Grace Tower International Worship Center in Makurdi. Correspondent Margaret Abba has details.
Guest speaker Pastor Dominion Ayeni during the Sunday service at Grace Tower International Worship Center says God is the creator and giver of all things. Therefore, Christians can only obtain true satisfaction from Him alone. Pastor Ayeni says, just like the seed planted by the rivers of waters can never be uprooted when they grow, but bear many fruits. People who read their Bibles regularly will prosper in everything they do.
Your prosperity is not dependent on the economy of the nation. It is dependent on the blessings of God. The Bible said it is the blessings of God that make rich and add no sorrow to it.
Some worshippers promise about Blessing Agada, and Edward Samuel says the message has helped them to understand the importance of true service to God, for it brings blessings and favor from the Lord.
The benefit of those who planted by the riverside, they do not lack anything, even in the midst of scarcity, in the midst of economic challenges. Those that planted by the riverside, they don't lack anything.
You are like a tree planted by the riverside that is always coming up, flourishing, and that's how our blessings will be whenever we put our genuineness in serving God.
Everyone in life wants to be fruitful, wants to gain, and wants to achieve something great.
The Bible reading is taken from the book of Revelation, chapter 22, verse 1 to 4, in quotes, "And he showed me a pure rivers of water of life, clear as crystal, proceeding out of the throne of God and of the Lamb, in the midst of the street of it. And on either side of the river was there a tree of life, which bare 12 manners of fruits, and yield her fruit every month. And the leaves of the tree were of the healing of the nation." Margaret Abba, Benue Television News, Makudi.
Now, still to come, Benue State government has signed a memorandum of understanding with local government areas for the construction of rural roads in the state. We'll bring the details of this shortly after the break. Please stay. This is News Extra on Benue Television. Just before the break, we said Benue State government has signed a memorandum of understanding with the local government areas for the construction of rural roads in the state. Special advisor to the governor of the Bureau for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Dr. Dennis Akroa, disclosed this at the Bureau headquarters in Makudi, the state capital. The advisor spoke through the information officer of the Bureau after the monthly Joint Account Allocation Committee sitting. Correspondent Lucy Ataga had reported.
In this monthly Joint Account Allocation Committee JAC sitting, critical matters of the state are decided on. The meeting, which is presided over by the Special Advisor to the Governor and the Bureau for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Dr. Dennis Akroa, has in attendance chairmen of the local councils in the state and other critical stakeholders. The meeting announces the approval of a Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) between the local government areas and the state government for the construction of rural roads across the local councils. According to the Information Officer of the Bureau, Ahanba Yati, who speaks on behalf of the Special Advisor after the JAC sitting, the roads are expected to serve as link roads between the council areas to ease transportation for farmers.
There must be a counterpart funding for the construction of rural roads in the 23 local government areas of Benue State. Counterpart funding for the construction of rural roads in the 23 local government areas of Benue State. And those roads is to serve as a link. Each local government, the road in that local government should link another local government, so that there must be access roads for farmers to move their yields to the nearest market so that they can get a lot from it. The state government will bring 60% and the local government will bring 40%.
The advisor also reiterates the state governor's call for local councils to show more commitment in agricultural investment in their domains.
The special advisor reiterated the earlier directives by His Excellency that every local government should have a nursery farm and directed them to look for a land suitable for the plantation or palm trees, so that it will yield revenue generation in such local governments.
The advisor also charges council chairmen to be more committed in the discharge of their duties at the grassroots. Lucy Ataga, Benue Television News, Makurdi.
Now, Benue State government had placed a 24-hour curfew in the local government area of the state. Governor Liam announced the curfew in a press briefing shortly after an emergency security meeting Wednesday at Government House, Makurdi. Correspondent Emmanuel Akula reported the story.
The government of Benue State says it has received briefs on the security situation in the Kum local government area of the state. Governor of the state, Reverend Father Hassan Thalia, represented by his deputy, Dr. Sam Mudi, explains that cause of the crisis has not been established. The government is investigating the situation. It pronounces a 24-hour curfew in the area to avoid further breakdown of law and order. According to the governor, the curfew takes effect from 3 p.m. July 3rd to 3 p.m. July 4, 2022 in the first instance. He further directs that from July 4, 2024, the curfew will be from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. every day till further notice.
The government of Benue State was apprised with grave security situation in the Ukum local government area of the state, which has led to a breakdown of law and order, leading to wanton destruction of government property and threats to life. Arising from this situation and the need to protect the lives and property of all Benue citizens, especially those who are in the Ukum local government area and the Sankara general area, the governor of Benue State, His Excellency, Reverend Father Dr. Hysen Yomem Alia, has directed that with effect from 3 p.m. today being the 3rd day of July 2024, there will be a curfew in and around Ukum local government for 24 hours.
He says the action has become necessary following the security situation in the local government that led to the destruction of government property and threat to lives. Emmanuel Akula, Benue Television News, Makurdi.
In the course of the week, the Benue State government had again signed a deal of about $194 million with a private company, Sector Lead Private Companies Limited, to convert waste into wealth. Governor Alia signed a deal on behalf of the state government, while Adedeyo Mustafa signed for his company. Mustafa signed during the ceremony that took place Wednesday at Government House, Makurdi. Correspondent Emmanuel Akula reported.
Analysts say protecting the environment calls for creativity, while promoting economic development must take into account issues around climate changes. According to the government of Benue State, its partnership with Sector Lead Limited is a deliberate response to this need. Governor Hassan Thalia, who is represented by his deputy, Dr. Sam Modi, says government has considered variables in the partnership, including the legal aspect that will impact on the environment and well-being of the state. Dr. Ode explains that government will follow the agreed guidelines in executing the project.
The ceremony we are going to perform here this afternoon is going to be the watershed of the marriage between the state government of Nigeria and settlements. We are going to execute agreements which regards the relationship between the two and also the operational guidelines of the project that we have on focus.
Chief Executive Officer of Sector Lead Limited and the team lead, Adedayo Mustafa, describes the partnership as a pathway to economic development. He says the main objective is to turn waste into wealth, announcing that the partnership will give employment to 720 Benue indigents in the first month of his company's operation in the state. Mustafa adds that his company will be collating waste from the landfills and dump sites for conversion to energy through an automatic waste separation process.
When we say wealth, we have about 7 products we are doing from the waste we are getting from the state. Start from the energy, biogas, biofertilizer, RDF, we have fly ash. All these will bring money into the state pockets. And the state will begin to generate from now till another 15 years annually. That will definitely shoot up the IGR of the state.
Director General, Benue State Bureau for Entrepreneurship and Wealth Creation, Benita Shurua, and Commissioner for Water Resources, Environment and Climate Change, Mr. Uguodo, separately revealed that a tune of $194 million will be spent on the project to be majorly funded by the partners with support from the state government. The Benue State government hopes the benefits of the partnership will include cleaner environment, job creation, improved internally generated revenue, climate change mitigation, improved organic fertilizer, biogas, carbon credit, and 35 MW power of additional electric power. Emmanuel Akula, Benue Television News, Makudi.
At this juncture, Benue Television News Extra will proceed on a quick break. We'll be right back to join us again. Welcome back. Benue Television reported that security experts have called on the public to stop the sharing of viral video on 5 Benue girls recently discovered in Cote d'Ivoire as victims of human trafficking. The call was part of Benue Television's program, The Mirror, on Thursday. Martha Iko reported.
A video has been trending on social media platforms showing some young girls who were allegedly taken to Cote d'Ivoire by some suspected human traffickers. Moved by this latest development, Zonal Commander, Benue State National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, Gloria Bai, was on the Benue TV program, The Mirror, to throw more light on issues around the situation. Mrs. Gloria Bai said the girls have been rescued and are currently in custody of the Nigerian Embassy in Abidjan.
I got the report from a concerned citizen, a guy that was coming from Cote d'Ivoire himself, and then he wanted to report the case to us. Yes, the girls were rescued in Cote d'Ivoire, and that very day, Monday, I was able to make contact with the embassy in Cote d'Ivoire, and I spoke to the girls on video call. So the girls are safe in Cote d'Ivoire.
She said the girls were presently in safe hands at the Nigerian embassy in Abidjan, while investigation had already begun into the circumstances that led to the girls being trafficked to Cote d'Ivoire.
They were trafficked there, but the details of how they were trafficked is when they arrived back in Benue State that we'll be able to know how they were moved. And the circumstances that they were moved, and by the time we finish interviewing them, we'll be able to get the real story on how they were trafficked.
The special advisor to the Benue State Governor on Internal Security, Joseph Har, speaking on the program, said one suspect has been arrested in connection to the case, while calling on the general public and Benue State in particular to pull down the video of the girls.
If you have issues of trafficking, the best way to handle it is napping. It's not for you to go and start blowing videos to show overzealousness, and in the course of doing that, compromise the investigation. So we are closely monitoring it. Even the transportation, we are closely monitoring it to see that they get to Benue State safe and secured. I'm asking the Benue people, whoever has that clip should please delete it. Let it go instinct.
Benue Television will keep a tab on the issue as events continue to unfold. Martha Iko, Benue Television News, Makode.
Now, in a significant move to uncover the remote causes of insecurity in Sankara area for solutions, the Benue State government had announced formation of Council of Inquiry. Governor Hyacinth Alia made this known Thursday at Government House, Makurdi, in a short broadcast to the state on the state of security in Sankara area. According to the governor, his decision followed unprovoked attacks in parts of Benue Northeast, the recent pain in communities of Ukum local government area that claimed lives and destroyed property. Our correspondent Emmanuel Akula again report.
Unprovoked attacks by bandits have continued in Benue Northeast, also called Sankara, claiming lives and destroying property. The most recent is the attack on Ayati Sai along Sankara Road. The incident led to the start of protest, raising from anger and frustration from family members who lost loved ones in the killings. Governor of the state, Reverend Father Hyacinth Alia, after carrying out an on-the-spot assessment of the scenes of these devastating destructions, makes a state address.
The unprovoked and senseless killing of 6 innocent lives by bandits on Tuesday night has left us all in mourning. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families of the victims during this difficult time.
He acknowledges the genuine cries of aggrieved families, which he describes as unfortunate. He condemns the destruction of government property, businesses, and disruption of peace for the people of the area. The governor, who says peace and security remains the bedrock of development, assures that despite the challenges, his government will not leave any stone unturned in pursuit of a safe and prosperous Benue State. Governor Alia re-echoes the resolve of his administration to bring what he describes as retrogressive activities to a total end.
I assure you that I have listened. The mayhem caused by these heinous acts of violence has not gone unnoticed, and I stand with you in condemning these atrocities. Our administration is unwavering in its commitment to ensuring the safety and security of all residents in Benue State. We are intensifying our efforts in collaborating with the security agencies to bring the perpetrators of these violent and criminal acts to justice.
The governor continues that his administration has received positive results and is working on preventive measures to ensure such an incident does not reoccur now or in the future.
Let us not allow the actions of a few to destabilize us. We will not sit back and allow anyone or a group to frustrate the peace of the state and destabilize the government of Benue State.
The governor again extends a hand of fellowship to the youths, launching attacks on innocent citizens to embrace peace. Emmanuel Akula, Benue Television News, Makurdi.
Now, a non-governmental organization, the Julie Bramo Women and Children Initiative, JUASI, organized the JUASI Queen of Peace event to foster peaceful coexistence among communities in Benue State. The event held on Friday at Tees Bay Academy in Makurdi attracted students from various schools. Our correspondent Matthew Glono had more.
Students from different schools in Makurdi, the Benue State capital, have gathered here at the invitation of Julie Brahma Women and Children Initiative, JUASI. This non-governmental organization aims to instill the values of peace and harmony in young minds, adhering to the adage, catch them young. The program coordinator, Angela Daudu, and the head of publicity, Emmanuel Kuku, emphasized the event's objective to educate the youth on the behaviors necessary for maintaining a peaceful society. They urge parents to ensure the proper upbringing of their children.
The whole thing is, don't be a bully to a junior one just because you had opportunity to be ahead of them. Just like the Bible said, you should love your neighbor as yourself, because if you love your neighbor like you do to yourself, you wouldn't steal from the neighbor you have. You wouldn't do that which you wouldn't want it to be done to you. That is one. So secondly, I will advise that it's better we are relational, we are peaceful, we are living peaceful with our neighbors than taking on the part of violence.
If we thought it wise that we have to start from small. You start from these children. You need to put in them, you need to instill in them that peace. They should know that it's quite cool to have a very peaceful community and an environment at large. We need to take parenting very, very serious. We don't have to leave it all for the teachers alone. Because you are paying teachers, that's not a guarantee for you to have that laxity with your children. You need to check on them every time. You need to know what they are doing. You need to know what they are up to at any given moment.
Students from various schools advise their peers to avoid bad company, drug abuse, and bullying, advocating for good behavior among students in the state.
I learned that it's not good to bully students. Like, if you are given positions, you shouldn't use that opportunity and then bully students.
When you are in school and they are trying to bully you, or anything, don't follow them. Behave very nice, being nice to students.
I learned that it's not good as a senior to be bullying students like their junior ones, regardless of their position in the school. Like, it's not necessary that they must bully them to do what they want to do.
Bullying in school is not good, and seniors shouldn't bully students, because when we come to school, we are also brothers and sisters. We are learning together.
The highlight of the occasion was the presentation of a drama titled Bullying of Students, Peace Builds Unity.
Making noise in this party, everybody, give me this stage. Start coming. Come on, don't waste my time. Please play with you. Senior, please. Senior. I don't want to let you go play. I don't want to let you go play.
I don't receive this classmate.
11 students participated in the beauty contest, with a winner expected to be crowned by the officials. The event will continue on the 12th of July 2024. Matthew Ikulono, Benue Television News, Makurdi.
Thank you, Matthew, for that report. And this is where we draw the curtains on today's episode of Benue Television News Extra at 7. Just stay tuned for the rest of our programs coming your way. See you same time next week for a more interesting episode of the program. I am Mnai Shundam. Do have a great night rest. Bye for now.